Planning to buy your first property is a complete joy to celebrate. Just think about it. You saved up for years, hassled with realtors and house tours, and then you finally found the perfect place to call your own. But did you know that a lot of people are regretting buying real estate? Statistics show that almost 75% of investors are either not happy or regret diving into the real estate industry. And in this video, I will tell you the 7 reasons why investors regret buying real estate. Make sure to stick until the end because not only will I show you the biggest reasons why this is true, but I will also teach you how you can avoid this pitfall. So with all the pleasantries out of the way, here are 7 reasons why investors regret buying real estate. Number 7. Too focused on investing. Now honestly, this might be you right now. You're essentially one of those people who are too focused on the potential return on investment, rather than the actual place where you and your family will live for years to come. If so, it may be time to shift your perspective and focus on what really matters, finding a property that you love for the long haul. The idea of buying as an investment opportunity is great. After all, owning a property can provide a sense of security and stability, and in some cases, a healthy return on investment when it's time to sell. But if you make your decision based solely on the potential ROI, you may be missing out on something far more important: the opportunity to create a happy and fulfilling life in a place you truly love. Instead of fixating on the financial aspect of property ownership, try shifting your focus to finding a place that you and your family will enjoy living in for years to come. Think about the features that matter most to you: great location, a spacious yard, a cozy fireplace, or a gourmet kitchen. Consider what kind of lifestyle you want to lead and look for properties that can accommodate that vision. When you approach the process with this kind of mindset, you likely end up with a property that brings you more joy and satisfaction than one chosen solely for its potential ROI. And what joy would it be if you're not part of the 75% of investors who regret buying their first real estate? I urge you to watch the video until the end to know the other reasons why they have such feelings. The reasons will open your eyes, that's for sure. But before that, like and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Help us spread the good news by sharing it to others as well. Number 6. Ignorant of how the process works. Let's look at the facts. Many people jump into the game without really understanding what they're getting into. They trust the professionals involved in the process, like real estate agents, lenders, and title companies, to guide them through it all. But what if I told you that taking the time to learn about the process could help you snag a great deal and make a solid investment? Okay, let me lay it down for you by first talking about loans. Unless you have the cash to buy outright, you're going to need a mortgage. But how do mortgages work? Basically, a lender, like a bank, loans you the money to buy the house, and you pay them back with interest over a set period of time. The interest rate you get will depend on a variety of factors like your credit score and the type of loan you choose. Next up, values. When you're buying a house, you will want to know what it's worth, both to make sure you're getting a fair deal and to determine how much you can borrow. A professional appraiser will come in and assess the value of the property based on factors like location, size, and condition. Now, why bother learning about all of this? Because the more you know, the better equipped you'll be to make informed decisions throughout the process. Number 5. Fear of missing out. Purchasing a property is a significant milestone and one that many first-time buyers dream of for years. However, in this fast-paced world where social media platforms show people living their best lives, the fear of missing out, some might call FOMO, has become increasingly popular. It's not surprising then that this feeling can impact the decision-making process. Let's face it, we all want to keep up with the Joneses, especially when it comes to property ownership. The pressure to purchase a property can be intense, and it's not uncommon for first-time buyers to get swept up in the frenzy. After all, who doesn't want to own a piece of the American dream? But unfortunately, FOMO can lead to hasty decision-making, which can ultimately result in buyer's remorse. The suggestion I can give you is to approach the decision with a clear head. Take the time to consider all factors, such as location, size, and price, before jumping in. Rushing into a decision just because you fear missing out on a seemingly great opportunity can lead to regrets down the line. Number 4. Bought the property without running the numbers. As the excitement of owning a property sets in, many first-time buyers often forget one critical step that could make or break their financial future: running the numbers. I know the thrill of buying your first property, but before you sign on the dotted line, calculate all the costs associated with owning a property. From mortgage payments to property taxes, utility bills, maintenance fees, and unexpected repairs, expenses can quickly add up and become overwhelming for those who don't plan ahead. The solution? Estimate all the costs involved in owning a property before you make that big purchase. As a first-time buyer, you should determine a budget for every expense associated with owning the property you want to buy. Make sure to account for all the monthly expenses, including mortgage payments, property taxes, insurance, utilities, maintenance fees, and any potential repairs. Once you've calculated all the costs, practice living within your budget. This is to ensure that you can afford your dream property. Set aside money for all the expenses in your budget, including the unexpected ones, and try to stick to it for at least a few months. If you find that you're struggling to keep up with the budget, it's probably not the right time to buy. Number 3. Instant results, instant money, instant everything. Perhaps the gravest mistake first-time property buyers make is expecting instant gratification. In today's world, we're used to getting what we want quickly, whether it's fast food, streaming movies, or overnight delivery. Unfortunately, buying a property doesn't work that way. It's a process that requires time, effort, and patience. Many new owners fall into the trap of obsessively checking their property's value online, hoping for a quick return on their investment. They compare their property to others on the market, looking for signs that they made a smart purchase. But this approach is flawed for a few reasons. Firstly, the real estate market is constantly changing, and short-term fluctuations in property values are normal. Just because your property's values has gone up or down in the short term doesn't necessarily mean that you've made a good or bad investment. Secondly, a property is more than just an investment. It's a place to call your own, to make memories, and to build a life. And in case you forgot, buying a property is a long-term commitment. It's not something you can easily sell or walk away from if things don't go as planned. Just like I've always said, rushing into a purchase because you're looking for instant results is a recipe for regret. Number 2, tied down to one location. If you've come across an investor who has already owned a lot of properties at a young age, that person can certainly relate to this challenge. But if there's one advice that person will give you, it's that you should take a more thoughtful approach when buying a first property. Specifically, paying more attention to finances and studying property, buying education courses before jumping in. That's why if you're a first-time buyer, I would strongly encourage you to do your research and prepare yourself as much as possible before making such a big investment. While owning a property can be a wonderful experience, understand the potential downsides as well. Number 1, disregarded the work involved. Ownership is not a walk in the park, it's more like a marathon. One of the main reasons why first-time buyers may regret their decision is because they underestimate the work involved. Property ownership comes from a whole host of responsibilities, including maintenance, upkeep, taxes, and all sorts of other costs. And it's not just the financial burden that's the issue, it's the time and energy it takes to keep your property in tip-top shape. If you're a person used to a fast-paced, always plugged-in lifestyle, you may be in for a bit of a shock. But don't despair, there's hope yet. If you're someone who wants to minimize the work and maximize the enjoyment of owning a property, then it may be better to opt for a new turnkey one. These types typically require less maintenance and repairs, which means you'll have more time to kick back and relax in your new abode. At the end of the day, buying real estate is a personal decision that comes with both rewards and risks. If it's your first time, be aware of potential regrets and take steps to avoid them. Consider all the factors that may impact your decision and make sure you're truly ready for this next big step. And if you do end up regretting your purchase, just remember you're not alone. At least you have a roof over your head for now. So did you regret buying your first real estate property? Please share your thoughts in the comments section below. Also, please like and subscribe to the channel for more videos. In fact, if you want to learn by far the easiest way to invest in real estate, watch this video next where you'll learn exactly how. So click the video on the screen now, and we'll see you in the next one.